Hello everyone. In the last video, we discussed about error analysis basic theory. In this video, we will discuss frequently asked models for JEE Mains and NEET on this topic. If you are a new subscriber, first go with the theory what we discussed and then go with these examples. The first question is like this. In an experiment, the period of oscillation of a simple pendulum was observed to be 2.63 seconds, 2.56 seconds, 2.42 seconds, and 2.71 seconds and 2.80 seconds. Then the mean absolute error is. See, for this first you have to add all these values 2.63, 2.56, 2.42, 2.71, 2.80. Let this be 5 observed values A1, A2, A3, A4 and A5. The sum of all these values will be 13.12 and the mean will be like this. A mean that will be equal to 13.12 by 5 or that will be equal to 2.62. Now once you know this, then you can calculate delta A1 modulus, that means A1 minus A mean. This will be 0.01. Similarly, delta A2 this will be 0.06 and delta A3 that will be 0.20. See, every time you have to take the magnitudes only, and delta A4 that is 0.09 and delta F5. All these are absolute errors in the first measurement, second measurement, third measurement, fourth measurement and fifth measurement, and this is 0.18. The sum of all these two will be 0.54. so that mean absolute error delta A mean that will be 0.54 by 5. This will be 0.108. so the nearest answer will be 0.11. so that is how you can find mean absolute error for this particular given data. The second question is like this. Two resistors are connected in series. The equivalent resistance of the combination is, let the first resistor be R1 whose value is given as 300 plus or minus 3 ohms. That means it gives its value and its corresponding error is 3. Similarly, R2 that is 500 plus or minus 4. That means its value is R2 and error in measuring R2, let that be delta R2, that will be 4. Now these are connected in series. If two resistors are connected in series, then their equivalent resistance will be Rs, that will be equal to R1 plus R2. So that the mean absolute error that will be equal to delta R1 plus delta R2 for this series combination. So that what is Rs, that will be 300 plus 500, that will be equal to 800. And similarly the error in first resistance is 3 ohm, error in measurement of second resistance is 4 ohm, and the final value will be 7 ohm. So that the equivalent resistance of the combination with error we can write like this: 800 plus or minus 7 ohm. The next question is like this. If the length of rod A is given as 3.25 plus or minus 0.01 centimeter and length of rod B is given as 4.19 plus or minus 0.01 centimeter, then rod B is longer than rod A as, see, rod A is having length 3.25 centimeters and error in measuring length of rod A is 0.01 centimeter and length of rod B is 4.19 centimeter. Error in measuring length of rod B is 0.01 centimeter. Now, among these two, if you are asked to identify how the rod of B, how much it is greater than that of A, so that delta L, that will be equal to delta LA plus delta LB, but this will be equal to 0.01 plus 0.01, that is 0.02, and you are asked to identify LBA, that is LB minus LA, that will be equal to 4.19 minus 3.25, its value will be 0.94. So that this is difference of two numbers. Though we are having two difference of two numbers, their error, absolute error, we have to add that, so that the final result will be 0.94 plus or minus 0.02 centimeters. So that will be our answer. Now the next question is like this: percentage error in the measurement of mass and speed are 2% and 3% respectively. The error in estimation of kinetic energy is, see, you all know this, kinetic energy is given as half mv square, so that the fractional change in kinetic energy, that will be equal to delta m by m plus 2 into delta v by v. Delta m by m, that is given as 2%, plus 2 into delta v by v, that is given as 3%, so that this will be 2% plus 6%, that will be equal to 8%. So that is the error in estimation of kinetic energy. Now look at this question. There is a wire of mass m, radius r and length l is given. The maximum percentage error in measurement of density. Since mass, radius and length are given, we have to assume that as a cylindrical wire. The given wire is a cylindrical wire. For a cylindrical wire, the volume can be assumed as pi r square L, so that the density will be mass per unit volume, that will be m by pi r square L, so that delta rho by rho, that will be delta m by m plus 2 into delta r by r plus delta L by L. As you are asked for percentage error, you have to multiply with 100%. So delta m by m, that will be 0.003 by 0.3 plus 2 into 0.005 by 0.5 plus 0.06 by 6 into 100%. So if you multiply this, for the first term you will get that as 0.3 by 0.3, and this will be 0.5 by 0.5, and this will be 6 by 6. So that I will get here 1% plus 2 into 1%, 2% plus 1%, this will be equal to 4%. That is how you have to solve this question. That is the percentage error in measurement of density. Now the next question is like this: there is a physical quantity x is related to 4 measurable quantities a, b, c and d, and they are related as x is equal to a square b cube into c power 5 by 2 into d power of minus 2. the percentage errors in measuring A, B, C, D are given. What is the percentage error in quantity X? So that delta X by X is equal to 2 times delta A by A plus 3 times delta B by B plus 5 by 2 times delta C by C plus 2 times delta D by D. See, as we are speaking about maximum errors, whether we are having a positive value or negative value, every time you have to take them as positive values only. Now from this, 2 into percentage of A is 1% and 3 into percentage error in B is 2%, 5 by 2 into percentage error in C is 2% and 2 into percentage error in D is 4%. So that this will be 2 plus 6 plus 5 plus 8. So that this will be 21%. So that is how you have to solve this question. The next question is like this. A student measures the time period of 100 oscillations of a simple pendulum for 4 times. Data set is 90 seconds, 91 seconds, 95 seconds and 92 seconds. So that you are asked to find the reported mean time if the mean division in the measuring clock is 1 second. So that we are having 4 values. A1 is 90 seconds, A2 is 91 second, A3 is given as 95 second, the fourth measurement is 92 seconds. The sum of all these will be 368. So that A mean that will be equal to 368 by 4, that will be 92. So that delta A1 its magnitude will be 2, delta A2 its magnitude will be 1, delta A3 its magnitude will be 3 and delta A4 its magnitude will be 0. So that delta A mean that will be equal to sum of all these values will be 6. So that 6 by I am having 4 observed values. So this will be 1.5 and you are given that the clock can measure a minimum value of 1 second. So that it can measure 1 second or it can measure 2 seconds. So that the reported reading will be like this, 92 plus or minus 2 seconds. Because it is greater than 1 second, so it will not observe 1.5 seconds. So definitely it will observe 2 seconds. So that you have to take that error in that measurement as 2 seconds. The next question will be like this. There is a thin copper wire of length L meter increases in length by 2% when heating through a temperature of 10 degrees centigrade. What is the percentage increase in area when the square copper sheet of length L meters is heated through the same temperature? See, area of a sheet can be given as side length into side length. Since that is square, that will be L square. So that fractional change in area, that will be 2 times fractional change in length. So that it is given as 2 into 2%, that will be 4%. So that what will be the fractional change in area means that will be 4%. The next question is like this. Error in measurement of radius of a sphere is 2%. Then the error in determination of volume of the sphere is. Volume of a sphere is given as V is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. So that delta V by V will be equal to 3 into delta R by R. So that this will be 3 into 2%, that will be equal to 6%. That is how you have to solve this question. The next question is like this. In an experiment to measure the height of a bridge by dropping a stone into water, if the error in measurement of time is 0.1 second at the end of 2 seconds, then error in estimation of height of the bridge is. See, the stone is dropped so that its initial velocity is 0. So from our kinematic equations, S is equal to ut plus half at square, u is 0 and a will be equal to g. So S will be equal to half gt square. Now from our error analysis, delta S by S, that is 2 times delta t by t, or that will be equal to 2 into delta t is given as 0.1 by 2, so that 2 gets cancelled. I'll have 0.1. So this is fractional error. If you are asked for percentage error, you have to multiply this with 100%, so that this will be 10%. That is how you have to solve this question. The next question will be like this. A physical quantity is given as square root of a b c square by d cube in determination of is determined by measuring a, b, c and d separately with the percentage error of 2%, 3%, 2% and 1% respectively. Minimum amount of error is contributed by the measurement of. Now look at this question. The same equation I can write like this: a, b, c square whole power of 1 by 2 by d cube. So that delta p by p, that will be half into delta a by a plus half into delta b by b plus half into 2 into delta c by c and 3 into delta d by d. So due to A, the contribution will be half into 2%, so that will be 1%, and due to B, half into 3%, that will be 1.5%, and due to C, that is 3%, and due to D, that will also be, due to C it is 2%, and due to D, that is 3%. So that among this, see, this is from A and this is contributed by B and this is contributed by C and this is contributed by D. So among these four, due to A, it will be minimum. So minimum contribution is due to A. And if you are asked for maximum contribution, then definitely the maximum contribution will be due to D. So that is how you can solve these type of questions. The next question is like this. While measuring acceleration due to gravity by a simple pendulum, a student makes a positive error of 2% in the length of pendulum and a positive error of 1% in the value of time period. His actual percentage error in measuring value of G is, time period of a simple pendulum is given as 2 pi square root of L by G, so that if I square on both sides, T square is equal to 4 pi square into L by G, or if I rearrange for G, G will be equal to 4 pi square into L by T square. So that delta G by G, that will be equal to delta L by L plus 2 into delta T by T, or delta L by L, that is given as 2%, and in time period the error is given as 1%, so that the total error will be 4%. The next question will be like this. The heat generated in a circuit is given by Q is equal to I square RT, where I is the current, R is the resistance and T is the time. The percentage errors in current, resistance and time are given, and maximum percentage error in measuring heat is, you are asked to identify percentage error in measuring heat. So that delta Q by Q, that will be equal to 2 into delta I by I plus delta R by R plus delta T by T. So 2 into 2% plus 1% plus 1%, this will be 6%. That is how you have to solve this question. The next question is like this. The period of oscillation of a simple pendulum is given as t is equal to 2 pi square root of L by G. Measuring value of L is 10 centimeters, known to 1 millimeter accuracy, and time is 100 oscillations. For 100 oscillations of pendulum is found to be 50 seconds using a wristwatch of 1 second resolution. So the accuracy in determination of G is, see here, length is given as 10 centimeters and error in measuring length, that is nothing but its accuracy, 1 mm, or this will be 0.1 centimeter. Similarly, the time period for 100 oscillations it is 50 seconds and error in time, that is given as 1 second. Now from time period equation I can write like this: G will be equal to 4 pi square into L by T square, or that is delta G by G, that will be equal to delta L by L plus 2 into delta T by T, or this will be equal to delta L by L 0.1 by 10 plus 2 into 1 by 50 into 100%, so that this will be 0.1 into 100, that is 10, 10 by 10, this will be 1, plus this will be 2, 2 into 2, 4, so that this will be 5%, or if you are asked for its value 5 by 100, or that will be 1 by 20. So we can measure up to an accuracy of 1 by 20 or 5%. That is how you have to solve this question. The next question is like this. Two resistors of resistance 100 ohm with an error of 3 ohm and 200 ohm with an error of 4 ohm are connected in parallel. So two resistors are connected in parallel. Let this be R1 and this is R2. If two resistors are connected in parallel, their equivalent resistance will be 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, or from this delta R by R square will be equal to delta R1 by R1 square plus delta R2 by R2 square, or from this delta R will be equal to R by R1 whole square into delta R1 plus R by R2 whole square into delta R2. Now from this formula I can calculate R as R1 R2 by R1 plus R2, or this will be equal to 100 into 200 by 300, or this will be simply 200 by 3. Now I will substitute these values over here. 200 by 3 whole by R1 is 100 whole square into delta R1 is 3 plus 200 by 3 by 200 whole square into 4, or this will be 4 by 9 into 3 plus 1 by 9 into 4, or that is 12 plus 4 by 9, this will be 16 by 9, whose value is closest to 1.3. So that I can write like this: the final value will be 200 by 3, it will be 66.7 ohm approximately. So our final answer will be 66.7 plus or minus 1.3 ohm. That is how you can solve this question. So these are different models based on the theory what we discussed in our previous video. Just once go with the all models. They are generally asked in both JEE mains and NEET. Subscribe and press bell icon to enjoy basic models for both JEE mains and NEET. Suggest this channel to your friends, well-wishers and students who are aiming for JEE mains and NEET. Surely it will help them. Thank you. Have a great time.